for first. So if I multiply 8x and 2x, what do I get? 16x squared. Very good. If I multiply the outside terms, what are the two outside terms? Okay, be careful. Outside. So on the far left and the far right, 8x and 6. So what's 8x times 6? 48x. Good. Plus 48x. The inside terms, what's closest together in the center? Negative 10 times 2x. What's that? Negative 20x. Good. And then negative 10 times 6. Those are the last ones. So negative 10 times 6, negative 60. Most of y'all I see are foiling. Are you guys okay with that? That is in standard form, but is it simplified? No. What can we combine? What do y'all see?
48.
Yeah. 48x minus 20x is 28x. Good job, Kiara. Do you like this unit? I feel like you're killing it, girl. So 16x squared plus 28x minus 60. Is that what y'all got? Jay, is that what you got, babe, in your box? All right, so let's check it with a box. Curtis, I hope you're with me, boo.
Yeah, ma'am.
All right, you ain't participating. Boy, worried about leaving for that game. If you're doing a box, you just multiply in the overlapping sections. You do it the same way. So 8x times 2x is 16x squared. 8x times 6, that would be 48x. 2x times negative 10 would be negative 20x. And 6 times negative 10 would be negative 60. So then same thing, you can combine those x's. And 48 minus 20 is still 28. So since you have two methods, when you take this next test next Thursday, what would be something really smart to do on these types of problems? Yes, I heard several of you say that. Do both of them. And if you get the same thing, then you probably did it right. It'd be great to check yourself with the other method. It's like if you like the box, check it with foil. If you like foil, check it with the box. Does that make sense, my people at home?
Yep.
Okay. So then the last one before we start our new notes for my football boys. On the last one, I did not do one like this yesterday. So this is kind of like your example in your notes. A lot of you used the Delta Math example and it really helped you, which is awesome. Okay. Let me show you what you cannot do on number 3. And I'm actually going to make this a lot bigger. You guys do not have to rewrite it. I'm just doing this for like sight purposes for everybody. This is what you cannot do on these. If you do this, this is what I'm going to write on your paper. You done disrupted a home, a marriage. Do not be a side chick. Do not be a home wrecker. There's another word that sounds like huh, yes, you get the gist, right? Listen, do not be a home wrecker. The 2x and the 5 have a symbol tying them together, making this a binomial, right? If it is a binomial, if there's a symbol, you cannot take that exponent in. Now, before somebody goes, that's what you told us last unit. Nothing we did last unit was tied together with a symbol. Everything last unit looked something like this. Y'all see any symbols? No. So you're allowed to take it in. That's just one term. You can carry that exponent in because it's one thing. This is 2 terms. They are tied together. So you can't go bringing in a side piece. You do that on your test. I will comment in Canvas, home wrecker. Somebody's mama got mad at me last semester. I was like, I mean, they know what they did. They know exactly what that means, home wrecker.
With the parent.
Yeah, the parent was mad. I was like, why are you mad? They hear way worse stuff in the hallway.
You probably say.
Exactly, exactly. So listen, what did Delta Math tell y'all to do yesterday when you had it squared on the outside? Write it twice. Think about it. Everybody look at me. To get 3 squared, that means you do 3 times 3. To get 4 squared, you do 4 times 4. To get 8 squared, you do 8 times 8. So to do 2x minus 5 squared, you're going to do 2x minus 5 times 2x minus 5. This is what you're not doing up here. We ain't doing that. So you are literally going to write it twice. Oh, did you homewreck? It's okay. You didn't know any better. Now you know. Don't be a homewrecker. So everybody listen, people at home, does that make sense to y'all? You cannot take it in because they're tied together with a symbol. It's a binomial. So to square it, you're going to have to write it twice and multiply. So how do I multiply 2 times 2 more things? Box or foil? Which one do y'all want me to do? I heard box. Is that okay? Okay, how about I do both? If you foil, I'll do it really quick. First, 2x times 2x. Did y'all get 4x squared? Oh, look at y'all. Outside, 2x times negative 5. Negative 10x. Good, I'm going to draw arrows for y'all so y'all know what I'm doing. Inside, negative 5 and 2x. Negative 10x again. And last, what's negative 5 times negative 5? Positive 25. So what would the final answer be? Josh, are you with me, baby? Make sure you're paying attention. What's the final answer? Oh, yes. Oh, be careful, not 10 to the second power. You're doing negative 10 and negative 10 together. That makes negative 20 plus 25. No. Once you distribute, I'm talking to her. You're good, baby. Once you distribute negative 10x and negative 10x, you're combining like terms. It's not negative 10 squared. I'm not multiplying. I'm combining. So 10 and 10 makes 20.
Okay.
Good question. You get it?
Yeah, I get it now.
Okay, so everybody look. Same thing. If you did the box, you would have gotten the same exact answer. 2x minus 5 times 2x minus 5. 2x times 2x? 4x squared. Negative 5 times 2 is negative 10, and there's an x. Negative 5 times 2x is negative 10x again. Negative 5 times negative 5 is positive 25. And if you combine your x's, your like terms, you're still going to get negative 20x. Did I just blow your mind? You look shocked. I don't think he was looking at me. Are y'all good?
I'm good now.
If you see something squared, can you take the exponent in if there's a symbol? No, they are tied together. You cannot just carry the 2 in. It's not how it works. You've got to write it twice. There we go. Any questions from people at home? So what we're doing today is really not anything new. It's going to take stuff you learned in middle school and combine it. You'll be fine. And combine it with stuff that we learned Tuesday and yesterday, okay? And it's not hard stuff from middle school. Like, I guarantee you this is stuff you remember because you learned it like every year, okay? So today we're going to be doing polynomial applications. So polynomial applications, page 34. All right, polynomial applications. An application is what Gwyneth said, when you apply something. Anytime we've done applications in this class, it's been with a real world situation, which means it's what kind of problem? A word problem. No, it's going to be fine. We are going to do word problems with polynomials today. So before we do that, there's 2 things I need y'all to remember from middle school. Yeah, you know what that is. Everybody knows what this word is.
Perimeter.
Perimeter.
Jesus,
Perimeter is easy.
you gotta go around. I hear when you add, go around.
Yeah,
and add.
exactly. So Curtis said, isn't that when you go all the way around and you add? Exactly. Perimeter is the distance around a shape. And it's the total distance. Oh, I love area. Stop it. It's going to be easy. Everybody look. It's the total distance around a shape, which means that word total means you're going to add, right? I hope y'all know that. I taught you that in Unit 1. The word total means add. Don't y'all embarrass me. I'm going to be sad. It's perfect timing, too. What did I just say? Exactly. Hey.
Thank you.
You had perfect timing because I just told them not to embarrass me because they said perimeter total didn't mean add. Yikes. All right.
Exactly what it means.
It is what it means. Dr. O'Day's like, Okay.
That's right.
What is area? Who remembers what area is? Okay, you do multiply. Good job, y'all. But what is area? So I'm not asking you what do you do to find it. What is it? Okay, length times width is what you do for a rectangle, right? But what, can you say that again? What the shape is as a whole, aka the inside of the shape. Perimeter is the distance around it, which is the outside. Area is what is inside. There we go. So area is the space inside of a shape. And then I love what I heard y'all say. How do you find the space inside of the shape? You do multiply. Did anybody ever show y'all why? Oh my gosh. I got to. You know I got to. You do not have to draw this picture. This is just me showing you why we multiply, okay? Y'all know I like to show you where this stuff comes from. Because Curtis, nobody just pulled it out their butt like it actually makes sense, right? All right. You don't have to write this. I just want you to watch. Is everybody done writing down the definition for area? Okay. So when you have the length, I'm going to say that the length is green down here. Everybody look. When I measure the length of an object, right? That is literally telling me this distance. Does everybody agree? Okay. When you have the width of an object, I'm going to make that this pink part. That's telling you how wide it is. So that's like this part, right? Does everybody see that? When you put them together, whenever we put two things together in math with parentheses, put them together, what are we doing? Multiplying. So everybody look, when you put those two sides together and shade it in, it creates a shape, which makes an area. Does that make sense? So watch. If I had better handwriting and better drawing, y'all know it would look even better. If I take this length and I take this width and I multiply them, I'm literally putting them together to make a shape. So watch. The pink is going to go until the edge of the green. The green is going to go until the edge of the pink. And when I put those two things together, what kind of shape did it make on the inside? A rectangle. So that's why you're multiplying. Does that make sense? Oh, he said a little bit. You don't look convinced. I'm reading your eyeballs. That's okay. Okay, so y'all said area meant to multiply. To find area, you multiply. What are the different kinds of shapes in middle school you learned to find the area of? Ooh, okay. Okay, good. Hang on. Let's start off with squares. I love that y'all picked the easiest one to start with. I'm not being sarcastic. That was serious. Y'all are going to make Dr. O'Day think I'm a bully. All right. A square. How do you find the area of a square? Okay, length times width. But let's talk about a square really quick. Aren't the length and the width the same if it's a square? Because a square is the same all the way around, right? So you could do length times width, but you can also do the side, whatever it is, and square it. Because the two sides should be the same, right? So that is also the same thing as length times width. You may see it either way. I want to show you both ways so you don't get confused. Can I do what, Benny? Yes, I would write this part down. Definitely write this part down. What's another shape you learned to find the area of? A rectangle. How do you find the area of a rectangle? Length times width again. Good. You're going to multiply the length and the width. What's another shape you learned to find the area of? Oh my God, a trapezoid. How many? Okay. This is why I love middle school math. You don't use it a lot. So let's talk about it. When you go out into the real world, do you look at a house and go, wow, that house is shaped like a trapezoid? That usually does not happen, because usually in the real world, structures don't have slanted in walls, right? So we're not going to deal with trapezoids. Hallelujah. Curtis is excited. What else? A circle, good. So I'm about to make some of you happy. You don't do area of a circle till math 2. But for extra credit, does anybody know what area of a circle is without Googling it? She tried it. What's area of a circle? What'd you say? It does have a radius. Area equals pi times the radius squared. Good. That's very good. Good job, y'all. Okay, so let me just show you. Gwyneth is going to get sad, but it's okay. Your sister actually showed me this a couple years ago. I have to show y'all. I just have to because it's awesome. So she came up with a little saying. You don't have to write this down. I just want to show you because it's really cool. Do y'all remember what C equals pi d finds? Circumference. There you go. Circumference is the distance around a circle. So look, cherry pie's delicious. Apple pies are too. So she used to say that to remember circumference and area. Cherry pie's delicious. Apple pies are too. You will need these for math 2. But we don't do them in math 1. We don't do round shapes in math 1. We do polygons, which have edges. So there's one big one y'all are missing. What's the roof of a house shaped like? A triangle. Thank you, Chandler. All right, triangles. Oh, not a parallelogram. Y'all trying to do all the hard shapes. It's math 1. We're gonna start off easy. How do you find the area of a triangle? 1/2 base times. Oh, girl, you're right there. You got the base of the triangle, and then you got the height. Good job. 1/2 base times height. Did Ms. Gorham show you why it's 1/2 base times height? Oh, Lord, let me show you. All right, everybody watch. You do not have to write this again. I just want to show you where it comes from. So all the time, even last semester, my math 1 kids to find the area of a triangle would multiply, but then they'd forget to take half of it. So let me show you where this comes from. If you have a base and a height, everybody look. You can finish writing in a second, but I want you to watch. If you have a base and a height and you multiply them together, we already said that makes a rectangle, right? Yes? Okay, to make it a triangle, you just cut it in half. Do you see how you got a little triangle now? You got 2 of them. But if you take half of it, that would just be 1 out of 2 triangles. So area of a triangle comes from a rectangle. We take a rectangle and we cut it in half down the diagonal. And that's how you get a triangle. So you got to do the base times the height and then multiply it by half. Or divide it by 2. Very good. You also might have learned base times height divided by 2. You can do either one of those. Base times height, because when you're dealing with a triangle, triangles technically don't have lengths and widths. Let me show you why. This triangle right here, it looks pretty wide on the bottom, right? But as you go up, it gets skinnier, so it doesn't have a constant width. So you can't call it a width. Same thing as the length. It looks pretty long, but as you go down, it gets smaller. So you call it a base, which is the bottom length, and a height, which is the side length. Got it. All right. These were your notes for today. We're just going to do examples. For real. If you can find perimeter and area, you can do all of these word problems I'm about to give you. All right? It's really not that bad, I promise. I don't lie to y'all. When I tell you something's going to be challenging, I tell you. I don't know why y'all making me out to be a liar. All right. I do not lie. No, they're really not, though. I'm really not kidding. All right. Example 1. I wish they would believe me, Jasmine. Have I ever led you astray?
No.
Thank you. I got one good student. The rest of y'all get the F. All right. Example 1. A rectangle has a length of, I don't know. I like that number. 10 works great. Of 2x minus 10 and a width of 5x plus 4. So the first thing we're going to find is the perimeter. And the second thing we're going to find is the area. So I'm going to pause and let y'all copy that. My online babies, y'all know if you got a question. All right. Okay, y'all, so look, perimeter. First, we're finding the perimeter. Let me ask y'all a question. How do you find perimeter? Add what? Not the two sides. There you go. Good, she corrected herself. A rectangle has 4 sides. So before you mess up and just add these 2, let me show you what kind of shape you're going to have if you just add these 2. Everybody look. You done took the L on this problem. You got it wrong. If you only add 2 sides, that is an L. Go ahead and take your L. You're going to miss this problem. Do we understand? A rectangle has 4 sides. So your length happens twice. Your width happens twice. You don't have to draw it. I'm not going to make you draw it unless you want to, because some of us are not visual. So what do I need to do with this length and this width to find the perimeter? There's like 4 different ways you could do this. Not length times the width. We're doing perimeter. We're adding. Good. Yes. Josh, extra credit. There he goes. All right, listen, Skyla said the same thing. They said take the length, add it twice, then take the width and add it twice. And then what do you do with those, y'all? Add those. So that's your first way you can do it. Add your lengths and add your widths. But there's got to be 4, otherwise you don't have a rectangle. Is everybody okay with that? Before we actually add it, can I show you another way? How many lengths did y'all say we had? 2 lengths, and how many widths? 2. So look, you could also do 2 times the length plus 2 times the width, and you'll get the same thing. Do it whichever way makes sense to you. I'm going to keep it hot with y'all. Sometimes I mess up the signs when I distribute. If that is you, you probably need to do the green way with Miss Poole, okay? If you like distributing and you don't usually mess up the signs, Curtis, then you can distribute. All right, y'all, so I'm going to add these green ones if that's cool with y'all. What's 2x plus 2x? 4x. What is negative 10 plus negative 10? Negative 20. So we're going to do 4x minus 20 plus, good, Skyla, 10x plus what, babe? Plus 8. That is negative 20. I like this way too. Distributing is okay, but I don't like to do it if I don't have to. Yeah, me neither. Look, I told you I'm honest with y'all. So when we add these together, what is 4x plus 10x? 4x plus 10x. 14x, there we go. Remember, you're finding perimeter. You are adding, don't multiply. And then what is negative 20? This is where y'all tend to struggle. Plus 8. Different signs, so we need to subtract. What's 20 minus 8? Oh, Lord. 20 minus 8. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13. Jesus, 12. Oh, my Lanta. Y'all, count on your flipping fingers. Yes, you too. Count on your fingers, y'all. I'm dead serious. Y'all telling me stuff that's wrong is way worse than counting on your fingers. I like it too. That's the perimeter. 14x minus 12. Baby, that's it. That's all we're doing. No, very good question. I want everybody to listen. Is everybody listening? You do not box or FOIL. Perimeter means we do what operation? Add. You use box and FOIL when you multiply. Do not box or FOIL. If it says perimeter, you're just adding. Oh, so you can. So this is what they just said. They said, oh, so for area, we multiply. So then think about the area. That means I'm going to multiply 2x minus 10 times 5x plus 4. Good. So everybody look, if you're multiplying length times width, if I'm doing 2x minus 10 times 5x plus 4, do y'all agree there are 2 lengths times 2 widths? What does 2 times 2 equal? 4, which means we need to FOIL or box. I'm not doing it both ways this time. Which way do we want to see? Okay, everybody said box. All right, here we go. Draw a box. It needs 4 squares. Don't be doing nothing crazy by putting like 6 or 8. You need 4. 2 times 2 is 4. Carter, you okay, babe? Okay. Then I'm going to do 2x minus 10 times 5x plus 4. My book just slid on its own. That was weird. We got a ghost. And you're going to multiply the overlapping boxes. Josh, you with me, babe? I know it was weird. 2x times 5x. What is that? It ain't 10x. It's not 10x. There we go. All right, what's 5x times negative 10? Negative 50x. Whoever said 15, make sure you're multiplying now. We're doing area. I heard 15. Okay. Oh, it's negative. Make sure you see that 10 is negative. What's 2x times 4? 8x. 8x, and it's positive. Good. And then what's 4 times negative 10? Good job, y'all. Negative 40. No x on this one because it's just a 4 and a negative 10. A 14, girl, you are multiplying, not adding. Whenever you do a box, you are multiplying. So what can we combine, y'all? The x's. Okay, so everybody look. 8x is positive. 50x is negative, which means they are different, which means we. So let's try this again. Count it back in your head. What is 50 take away 8? 42. And it's what kind of 42? Negative, because the 50 is bigger. Good job, y'all. So do y'all agree the area is 10x squared minus 42x minus 40? That's your perimeter and your area. So I'm going to pause. What questions do we have? We're going to do one more. So I'm going to give y'all a second to write this one down. So the perimeter of a right triangle is 12x minus 7. The base is x minus 8. The height is 8x plus 4. So what we're trying to find is the hypotenuse, and then we're going to find the area. So let's review. What is a hypotenuse? Y'all Y'all know what a hypotenuse is? Oh my Lanta. Y'all have never seen this little, it's like a math meme. Let me show you. This is a right triangle. This is called a leg. This is called a leg. And then they draw. I'm a terrible drawer. Y'all know that. Nobody laugh at my drawing. I'm glad Curtis is gone, so he ain't gonna laugh at it. Actually, this is pretty good for me. It's the hippo. It ain't that bad. It kind of looks like a pig with teeth. But anyways, a hippopotamus sounds like hypotenuse, whatever the hippo could lay on. So it's the slanted side. So when I ask you for the hypotenuse, I'm just asking for the third side. That's it. Does everybody understand that? So look at the problem. I told you the base. I told you the height. That's two sides. It's a triangle, so it should have a third side. So when I ask for the hypotenuse, I'm just asking for the third side. So there's no equation for it. I know exactly what you're thinking of, but you don't use that in math 1. The a squared plus b squared equals c squared. You don't use that in math 1. You use it in math 2. Huh? Yeah, because it's in the 8th grade curriculum. And then you use it again in math 2. But it's not in math 1. So everybody look. We're trying to find the third side. It is helpful with a lot of these if you would just draw a picture. So I want everybody to draw a triangle. And it said it's a right triangle, so put your little right angle in there. It is 90 degrees. Good job. That's a right angle. So what did they tell me the base was? Josh, you with me, babe? The base is x minus 8. What did they tell us the height was? Good job, Jay. 8x plus 4. And what are you trying to find? Which is the third side. So everybody look, this is what we're trying to find right here. This side right here. So how on earth do you think I could find that? What, okay, what did you say? Y'all taught that once, so I only heard like half of each. Combine what? Okay, and you're on the right track. And the constant. Okay, Gwyneth is saying we could combine the two they gave us. I agree. What are you going to do after you combine those? Not distribute, baby. Perimeter. They said perimeter. That's not multiplying. Okay, so everybody listen. Perimeter is what they gave me. So maybe we should write this down too. Maybe this will help y'all out. The perimeter is 12x minus 7. Which means when I add all 3 sides, that's what I'm supposed to get, right? Oh, yes. And he was about to say it too. Everybody listen. They said, okay. So I hope we're watching. Josh, make sure you're watching. That phone better not be near you. Add all 3 sides. I was born not yesterday. I'm young, but it won't yesterday. If you add all 3 sides, it should equal 12x minus 7. Well, we're missing the third one. So what they just said in class was, okay, couldn't you add these and then take it away to figure out what's missing? Yes, exactly. That's how you're going to find the third side. So everybody just watch. Perimeter means add all the sides. So if I do 8x plus 1x, what does that give me? 9x. That took y'all a little while. 8 plus 1 is 9, right? Okay, all right. I'll make sure you're all with me. 8x plus 1x is 9x. What would I add to 9x to equal 12x? 3x. Very good. Does everybody agree 9x plus 3x equals 12x? Yeah. Other way you could have done it, Jay? What's 12x minus 9x? 3x. Does that make sense? Now, y'all look at this next part. We're still adding. Now we just got to add the constants like Gwyneth said. Very good. Everybody look. What is 4 plus negative 8? The signs are different, so you subtract, and Kiara's saying it's -4, and she's right. So everybody look, we have -4. What do we add to a -4 to get a -7? Very good, a -3. That's it. There's the third side. The third side should be 3x minus 3. That's it. Y'all were freaking out. I really told you they don't get much harder. So the third side would just be 3x minus 3. Does everybody understand how we got that? People at home? Mainly talking to y'all. I can see the people in class. Y'all are good? 3x minus 3. Okay, so everybody look. Last question, and then you're going to have like 25 minutes of homework time. How do you find the area of a triangle? You multiply what? Hello? You multiply what? No, that's the perimeter. Man, I love teaching so much because you write crap down on the front page and then you ask a question about it and nobody remembers what they wrote down. How do you find area of a triangle? 1/2 base times height, or base times height divided by 2. So to find the area of this triangle, we got to do the base times the height and then divide it by 2. We're not dividing by 1/2. No, 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 no. Everybody listen. You multiply by 1/2 or divide by 2. Those do the same thing. Splitting something in half is the same as dividing it into 2 groups. I don't want any of y'all multiplying by 1/2 because y'all act like y'all can't multiply with fractions. So we're dividing by 2. Does that make sense? I'll make the decision for you. So first thing we got to do is base times height. Look at your picture. This is why we drew a picture. How am I going to do the base times height? Can y'all tell me what the base is? There we go. X minus 8. Can y'all tell me what the height is? Good. 8x plus 4. How do you multiply those? Ooh, good. She said box or foil. Are y'all okay if I do foil on this one? Is that okay? You can do box. Listen, if you like box, you do box with me. I'm going to do foil and we'll check it, okay? He said, got you, coach. I like that. You do know I coach, right? Yep, I'm the volleyball coach here and I coach travel volleyball. All right, I'm going to foil. First, x times 8x. Do y'all agree that's 8x squared? If you like the box, please use the box instead, and you can just check yours with mine. What's up, baby? Uh-huh. If you put it in a box, x minus 8, and then 8x plus 4. So 8x times 1x, 8 times 1 is 8, and now you got 2 x's. Does that make sense? Okay. So first was 8x squared. X times 8x is 8x squared. Outside, x times 4 is 4x. Inside, negative 8 times 8x would be negative 64x. And last, negative 8 times 4 would be negative 32. You okay? Cool. All right, when I combine, what's the base times the height part going to be? Because I can combine my x's. Am I going too fast, or y'all just don't know still how to add positives and negatives? Very good, Kiara. Extra credit. Does anybody need help on figuring out how that's negative 60x? It's crazy how some of y'all be getting it right all the time on your homework and then don't know how to answer it in class because you're using a calculator. I hate to break it to you. These kinds of questions are always on the non-calculator, so you better start practicing now because the exam will call you out. You'll get it wrong. You get every single one wrong if you can't do some mental math. Negative 64 plus 4, different signs, so Kiara subtracted. 64 take away 4 is 60, the bigger one's negative. Minus 32. Now, Jay, I'm talking to you, baby. Is this my area? No, what do I got to do still? Divide by what, Gwyneth? 2. Remember, it's a triangle. You've got to divide everything by 2. That's where y'all will mess up with the triangles. You'll forget to divide it by 2. So what's 8 divided by 2? 4x squared. Good. What's 60 divided by 2? 30, and it's negative. Good job. So minus 30x. What's 32 divided by 2? Be careful. Y'all, you could check easier ones like, 15 and 15 is 30. 10 and 10 is 20, baby. If 15 and 15 is 30, why would you go down? We need to go up because 32 is bigger, right? 16 and 16 is 32. Good job. So this would be minus 16. This is your area of the triangle. If the numbers do not split evenly, I want you to just leave it. So like if it was 17 divided by 2, just leave it as 17 over 2. If you have a calculator, then you can do it. And it would be 8.5.